In this video, we're going to talk about call to actions. Now, these are buttons that can appear on top of your video, below your video, and they can also unlock hidden custom HTML that are on your pages at specific times in your videos or after certain actions or behaviors have happened from your viewers. Now, these are incredibly powerful because it allows you to basically have a call to action right when somebody is at their peak emotional state, ready to be receptive to what you're offering and basically have the highest likelihood of converting. So let me show you what this looks like here over on a live web page here. So right here, we have a video that doesn't have a call to action on it at all, but we're gonna watch for a few seconds and then see that about 10 seconds into the video, there's gonna be a call to action that appears below it. And there it is. You can see that now, 10 seconds into the video, this button has appeared. Now, what's really interesting about this is that if you return to the page, you can actually still see the call to action. Even if you start from the very beginning, now the revisit seeking bar is here so we can actually see the time. But this is one of the options inside of Vidalytics where you can have it shown to returning traffic. So if somebody refreshes, if they leave the page and come back, these are all options that you can have enabled inside of Vidalytics. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, so over here in the settings page for this video, we go to the right-hand panel, and on the third tab, marketing, the first option here is call to actions. So this one's already set up. So we'll just take a look and see, what's going on here. Now, the first thing that I want to point out is that the placement, right? This one is below the video. Now, it could be on top of the video or it could be custom HTML. I'll show you what these look like really fast. All right, so, and let me actually add a seeking bar to make this easier in the app. Here we go, cool. All right, now, this video is now going to show the call to action on top of the video player. So that's one option that you can do. Or you can have it below the video as we were just talking about a moment ago. So I will show you that, and I'm going to show you a specific option that you can have when it is below the video. And this is if you're going to reserve space or not. So let me go ahead and save this. It's going to automatically update our preview here. This preview is not live on the website at all, so not until we publish it, and we can see here that we have unpublished changes. So if we're watching here and we have space reserved below the video, what it's actually going to do is have this space here basically earmarked for the player button to appear whenever it arrives, as opposed to pushing things below the video down. Now, because of the settings page here, it looks a little bit different, but that's how it works. All right, now another thing that I want to show you here is that when you have custom HTML, what that would be is that it's actually quite simple. So it's as you basically come in to your webpage. This gets a little technical, but just bear with me here. And you would say that everything here that is inside of this div, I want to have basically hidden. So your web developer or yourself would have this set to display none, like that. Hold on, let me do it over here on the right. So we're gonna say display none, like that. So we just hid this item that's here. We have the settings or the class ID put in here, copied. We're gonna come to the settings here, and for the class, we're just gonna paste that in like such. We would save it. And this needs to be set to hidden on the page. Once basically it reaches that time in the video, it's going to unhide it. Now, that's as technical as it gets inside of basically Vidalytics and the call to actions, but it allows you to basically get this built without the need for a web developer. And there's a few advantages to using call to actions inside of Vidalytics. Now, one is that what I just mentioned, you don't have to use a web developer, but also you can track clicks inside of Vidalytics so that you actually know who's engaging with your call to actions, and you can even have vid conditions, basically allow people to be tagged and then have different videos shown to them based off of if they saw and clicked on a call to action. So let me show you some of that super fast here. Okay, so here we are in the home page dashboard for my Vidalytics account. And there are two places where I can see interesting data for call to actions. And the first one is in this graph at the very top here. So it defaults to plays. And over here, about 3/4 of the way, are CTA CTR, right? Which is call to action, click-through rate. So we can actually see click-through rate trending over time for any of the CTAs that we have set up in the account. And not to get too into the details of this dashboard, but you can also change the date range here in the top right so that you can kind of see what's going on there. Additionally, in this table below, we have top videos, and the second option over is CTAs. So we see that we have the CTA name, sign up for free now, on the video, engage-demo.vids, and the display rate and the click-through rate for it. So we can see that 83% of the time that this CTA is being shown, which is really interesting, and then the amount of time that people are actually clicking on it. From here, we can go look up those videos and see even more data to basically optimize our CTAs. So that's a quick rundown of Vidalytics CTAs. Highly recommend that you use them. A lot of folks will have custom CTAs set up on their website with a script that is basically queuing off of the time on page before it is shown, which can be a decent tactic. But the problem with that is that if somebody watches to the time in video at the same rate as them being on the page, well, then they're going to see your CTA at the right time. However, what a lot of folks will do is maybe pause the video, go to another tab, multitask, and they'll leave and come back. And basically, because they've still technically been on the page for so long, it's actually going to show the CTA much sooner than you would otherwise want. So in those cases, people are actually going to be making an up or down decision based on the price of your product or service instead of actually really being indoctrinated and going through the marketing collateral that you have in your video to get them to a state where they can actually make an informed decision and not just default to a commodity decision as far as what is the price. So those are CTAs and Vidalytics. Highly recommend that you set them up. You know, even the most technical one of a custom HTML one is fairly simple and straightforward to do. So it definitely will save you time. It'll give you much more interesting data, and it unlocks new tactics that you can only do with Vidalytics. So go set those up now. All right, and take care.